The 1972 Lincoln penny might seem like just another coin in your pocket, but certain variations of this penny can be worth a fortune. Imagine finding a penny that could fetch up to $180,000 at auction. It's not just a dream, it's a reality for some lucky collectors. In 1972, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies across its facilities. While most of these coins are common, a few possess unique characteristics that make them highly sought after by numismatists. The most notable of these is the double die obverse (DDO) variety. The DDO occurs due to a misalignment during the minting process, causing elements on the coin's obverse, front, to appear doubled. On the 1972 penny, this doubling is most evident in the inscriptions "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date 1972. The doubling is clear to the naked eye, making it one of the most recognizable and desirable errors among collectors. This error wasn't immediately detected, allowing many of these pennies to enter circulation. Over time, collectors identified multiple variations of the 1972 DDO, with the Type 1 being the most prominent and valuable. The Type 1 DDO displays pronounced doubling, especially in the word liberty. The value of a 1972 DDO penny depends significantly on its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better preservation. A coin graded MS65, mint state 65, is considered a gem, exhibiting strong luster and minimal marks. In 2019, a 1972 DDO penny graded MS66 Plus by PCGS sold for $6,900 at auction. While the DDO variety is the most famous, other factors can influence a 1972 penny's value. For instance, coins with exceptional color or luster, known as red pennies, are more desirable than their red-brown or brown counterparts. The presence of a mint mark also plays a role. The 1972 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Among these, the Philadelphia DDO variety without a mint mark is the most coveted. Interestingly, not all valuable 1972 pennies are DDO varieties. High-grade regular strikes without errors can also command impressive prices. For example, a standard 1972 penny graded MS66 RD, red, fetched $4,230 at auction in 2019. The allure of the 1972 DDO penny has inspired many collectors to scrutinize their pocket change. Stories abound of individuals discovering these rare coins in the most unexpected places. One notable account involves a collector who found a 1972 DDO penny in a roll of pennies purchased from a bank, highlighting the thrill of the hunt in numismatics. Beyond the DDO, other errors and varieties from 1972 have captured collectors' attention. The floating roof variety, for instance, features a gap between the Lincoln Memorial's roof and the rest of the building on the coin's reverse, creating the illusion of a floating roof. While not as valuable as the DDO, such anomalies add to the intrigue of collecting 1972 pennies. The market for rare pennies remains robust, with collectors willing to pay top dollar for exceptional specimens. The 1972 DDO penny, in particular, continues to be a centerpiece in many collections. Its combination of historical significance, identifiable error, and rarity makes it a perennial favorite. For those interested in diving deeper into the world of valuable pennies, numerous resources are available. Books, online forums, and coin grading services offer a wealth of information. Additionally, videos like this provide visual guides to identifying these rare coins. The 1972 Lincoln penny exemplifies how a small minting error can transform an ordinary coin into a numismatic treasure. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious novice, it's worth taking a closer look at your pennies. Who knows? That humble coin in your pocket might just be worth a fortune. For coin collectors, few things are as exciting as the thrill of finding a doubled die obverse, and the 1972 Lincoln penny offers one of the most dramatic examples of this error. Unlike other doubling varieties that are subtle or require magnification, the 1972 DDO can be spotted with the naked eye. This alone makes it a dream find for collectors and newcomers alike, who often mistake it for a minor design flaw until they realize what they've uncovered. One reason the 1972 DDO penny has maintained such high value over the years is that it's a clear and unambiguous error. With many error coins, value depends on how noticeable or dramatic the flaw is, but with the 1972 DDO, the doubling is so bold that it leaves no room for debate. That's what gives it its reputation: unmistakable, bold, and beautiful in the world of minting mishaps. The U.S. mint's production methods in the early 70s contributed significantly to the existence of such errors. During this period, the minting technology wasn't as precise as it is today. Hub and die production, which involved manually transferring designs, could result in minor shifts during the striking process. If the die received a second impression at a slightly different angle, it would create that doubled image we now find so fascinating. There are actually several minor doubled die varieties from 1972, designated as DD0002 through DD0008. These are significantly less dramatic and thus less valuable than the Type 1. However, collectors still hunt them with interest, especially those trying to complete full registry sets or personal collections showcasing every known 1972 variation. What truly elevates the Type 1 DDO to legendary status is how few have survived in pristine condition. While many entered circulation, the vast majority were either spent, scratched, worn down, or lost. Finding one in MS65 or higher is exceedingly rare. This is why high-grade examples are valued at thousands, and the finest known can even reach into six figures. In fact, a 1972 DDO Lincoln penny in mint state red, RD, condition graded MS67 by PCGS reportedly sold for a jaw-dropping $14,400 in 2021. But in a recent private deal that shocked even seasoned numismatists, an ultra-high-grade example was rumored to be sold for an estimated $180,000, marking a new high in Lincoln cent collecting history. That six-figure price wasn't just because of the coin's condition or rarity, it also had impeccable eye appeal. In numismatics, eye appeal refers to the coin's visual impression, luster, tone, and strike quality. Even if a coin is technically high-grade, it won't fetch top dollar unless it looks just as amazing as it is rare. This 1972 DDO was the perfect storm of condition, rarity, and visual charm. For some, finding one of these pennies is like winning a tiny lottery. The most heartwarming stories often come from regular folks who aren't serious collectors. Like the elderly woman who discovered one in her late husband's coin jar. Or the teenager who spotted the doubled lettering while sorting a stack of coins for a school project. These stories continue to fuel public interest and hope. YouTube is flooded with videos of people showing how to identify the 1972 DDO penny. Channels like Couch Collectibles, JBCoins Inc., and Blue Ridge Silverhound have created massive followings with videos dedicated to this one coin. They break down the doubling details, share recent auction prices, and provide close-up visuals to help the everyday viewer spot potential treasure. These videos have turned everyday viewers into amateur treasure hunters. Armed with nothing more than a magnifying glass and a bit of knowledge, people are combing through penny rolls, junk drawers, and old family coin jars hoping to strike copper gold. It's created an entire subculture of modern coin hunting. Despite the buzz, counterfeits do exist. The popularity of the 1972 DDO penny has led to fakes being produced, either through altered coins or falsely attributed mint errors. This is why experts stress the importance of third-party grading. Services like PCGS and NGC don't just verify authenticity, they provide a trusted grade that can exponentially increase a coin's value. While errors like the 1955 DDO get a lot of attention, the 1972 DDO is arguably the more exciting find for modern collectors. The 1955 double die was pulled from circulation more aggressively, while the 1972 slipped under the radar longer, meaning more are still out there waiting to be discovered. This has kept interest, and values, consistently strong. Beyond errors and varieties, the 1972 penny marks an interesting point in numismatic history. It was still a bronze composition coin, made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This would change in 1982 when the mint shifted to copper-plated zinc. That makes the 1972 Lincoln cent not only an error hunter's dream, but also one of the last generations of heavy pennies. Collectors also pay close attention to the strike quality on 1972 cents. Due to high production volume, many examples suffer from weak strikes or blurry features. This is why sharply struck coins with crisp details, especially on Lincoln's coat and the Lincoln Memorial, are worth examining. Combine that with a DDO, and you've got a collector's jackpot. Some numismatists speculate that more dramatic 1972 DDO varieties may yet be discovered. Since minting records from that era are incomplete and technology has advanced, there's always hope that a heretofore unknown die variety may surface. This keeps interest high among serious collectors and hobbyists alike. If you're new to coin collecting, starting with Lincoln cents is a smart move. They're accessible, affordable, and packed with interesting varieties like the 1972 DDO. Plus, the thrill of finding a valuable coin in circulation is second to none. It's the perfect blend of history, art, and chance. For experienced collectors, the 1972 DDO is often a centerpiece coin, something that showcases not just rarity, but also a personal story of discovery or acquisition. Many collectors remember exactly where they got their 1972 DDO, a flea market, a garage sale, a lucky eBay bid,